This is your morning in 8 minutes. So we've been following breaking news happening overnight. Maryville pastor Josh Sullivan has been rescued.
Sullivan was abducted at gunpoint while preaching in South Africa last week. In a statement from the Hawks, a specialized police unit that investigates these kinds of crimes, several police agencies went to a house yesterday where they found Sullivan in a car. Suspects in that car tried to flee, opening fire on police. The officers shot and killed 3 suspects and managed to get Sullivan out safely. They say he's miraculously unharmed and in excellent condition this morning. We've been in touch with his church here in Maryville this morning. We're working to get updates to bring them to you on air and online. Well, if you didn't get your income taxes filed by the deadline yesterday, we do have some good news for you. All taxpayers in Tennessee and Kentucky now have almost 7 more months to get them done.
The extension is automatic for federal income tax returns. This extension was already announced in Kentucky back in February. That means you now have until November 3rd to file and pay them. However, this is not automatic for businesses in the state of Tennessee. The Tennessee Department of Revenue is working with businesses affected by the severe weather on a case-by-case basis for those extensions. To request one as a business, you can email the address on your screen right now, revenue.disasterextension@tennessee.gov, with your information. The new deadline for people to file and pay in Tennessee, Kentucky, and Arkansas, again, is November 3rd of this year.
And this morning, there's a new sheriff in Morgan County. Rick Hamby is taking over the role after spending many years with the sheriff's office. He previously worked as the chief deputy in Morgan County. Hamby's promotion to sheriff comes after the death of Wayne Potter, who died of cancer in February. And a middle school student is facing charges this morning after the Blount County Sheriff's Office says the student brought a firearm onto school grounds.
The 13-year-old is now charged with delinquency by carrying a weapon on school property. They are being held at the Blount County Juvenile Detention Facility with a hearing expected sometime in the next 3 days. The gun was found after a school resource officer got a tip. They then found the gun in the student's backpack. The sheriff's office says the investigation is still underway, saying more charges could be filed. And this morning, lawmakers are in the home stretch of their work at the state capitol.
Legislators are now turning their focus on how to spend your tax dollars in the upcoming year. And while Republican leaders on the Hill have largely been in lockstep with Governor Bill Lee during his time in office, Senate Republicans may be saying no to some of the governor's spending proposals. In his budget, Governor Lee asked lawmakers for almost $60 billion. Both the Senate and the House are expected to get their budget out of their finance committees and onto the floor for a vote as soon as tomorrow and as soon as today, no later than tomorrow. And a bill that will tell us which police departments in the state are arresting sober people for DUIs is now awaiting the governor's signature.
Yesterday, a bill inspired by our Nashville station's Sobering Problems investigations passed both houses in the legislature. More than 600 people in the state have been arrested for DUI, many losing their jobs and reputation, only to have their blood work come back showing they were sober the entire time. The bill now directs the TBI to identify which police departments have arrested sober drivers for DUI. The governor now has 10 days to sign it. We'll keep you updated if he does so and if this becomes law.
Meanwhile, some more relief could be on the way for East Tennesseans still dealing with the aftermath of Helene. Lawmakers are debating a proposal for $200 million in disaster relief. It would create a recovery fund to allow TEMA to give grants and direct assistance for both the county and individuals. Of the $200 million, half would be for county recovery grants. The other half would be direct assistance. So far, that bill has moved forward with a recommendation for it to pass. Meanwhile, more help is on the way for people in Cocke County.
It's a series of benefit concerts. The shows will be free to all Cocke County residents. Now, if you live outside the county, ticket sales will be live soon. That first concert happening Saturday, May 17th at 7:00 p.m. That concert along East Broadway in Newport. It'll feature a Dean artist and Merlin's Nest. The organizers say the goal is to bring wonderful performances to our community as we recover from the flood.
And if you're looking for a way to keep the kids cool for the warmer days coming up this weekend, the splash pads at World's Fair Park, they're officially open for the season. Park officials say it's going to be open from 10 a.m. to 9 o'clock in the evening daily, depending on the weather. The area will be open until mid-October.
Very exciting news there. Now let's take a look at your roads as you head out the door this morning. Live look now, I-75 at Merchant Drive, north and southbound lanes moving along. You do see more cars further in the picture in those southbound lanes. We'll take another look, 640 west of downtown, not seeing any issues in those east or westbound lanes. Right now, traffic looks to be moving, heading towards I-40, really smooth at the moment. I-40 at Hall of Fame Drive, east and westbound lanes look good. Closer to that downtown area. Take a quick look at the map right now, not tracking any issues.
We are tracking that colder air for you in this first alert forecast, especially in the mornings today and tomorrow. So right now, if you're running out the door, jacket in hand, ready to go. I needed mine for sure. It's 37 in Sevierville, 42 in Knoxville, still cooling a couple of degrees by the top of the next hour. 39 in Oak Ridge. You can see Crossville just updated to 34. 36 La Follette, 39 Sir Gowensville, really running pretty chilly, but at least it's cool, very calm and clear. So we have more positives there to balance that out. As the winds backed off overnight, we had that uneven cooling and we don't have to worry about big time winds today. In fact, we'll stick with more of a 5 to 10 mile per hour range. So milder winds, all clear all day. Look at this beautiful start. I mean, we're going from a chilly morning to near 60 at lunchtime. That'll put you at 67 for your high today in the 5 o'clock hour. A lot of you getting out of work, peak heating 5 degrees below average and low 60s at 8 o'clock just as the sun is setting. Now, as I mentioned, tomorrow morning will also be chilly. Basically, today through tomorrow morning will be below average. We'll catch back up to normal tomorrow afternoon. But that does leave us with more low 40s, southern half of our area and along the plateau. This is where the winds are starting to turn. I do think we could have patchy frost in upper 30s, far northeast Tennessee and far southeastern Kentucky tomorrow morning. But that warming trend gets us back to low 70s tomorrow. How about those 80s? That's calling my name. Friday into Easter weekend, but remember those winds that'll be stirring around to warm us up ahead of that cold front on Monday.
All right, Heather, thank you so much. Our coverage of breaking news after a Maryville pastor rescued after an abduction in South Africa continues on the CW.